introduce to you, many of you probably already know her. She's our state senator, Connie Leyva. Connie, come on up, baby. Thank you so much for coming and always supporting us. We love you.
You're so welcome. Thank you. Oh. Well, I will definitely not be as amazing and inspirational as your previous speaker, but thank you for having me. It is such an honor and a pleasure for me to be here. I've been your state senator for the last 5 years, and I ran for office 5 years ago because I used to say a good job fixes a lot of what ails us. Now I say a good job fixes everything that ails us, and a good job especially fixes things that ail women. Women stay in bad relationships because they cannot support themselves. I have 2 daughters, and I said to them since they were very little, I want you to be married because you want to be married, not because you need someone to take care of you. I want you to have a job so that you can make that choice. So being up at the state capitol, I feel honored that I get to work on those issues and try to make sure that women have good jobs, that they pay the bills, that they have health care for themselves and if they have children, and a pension. The largest group of people living in poverty are women over 65 because they do not have access to a pension. So this is a systemic problem, something that we all need to work on, something I need to work on as your legislator. I just came from the Chino Women's Prison, and they're having an awesome festival where their children are there visiting their mothers, which, as we all know, family is so important, the most important thing. But what I want to impress on you is that we have done wrong by these women, because the vast majority of them are in prison because they killed their spouse or they killed their abusive boyfriend. So we need better choices for women. Your choice should not be, do I stay in this bad relationship and be demeaned and degraded or even physically hurt every day, or do I do something about it and end up in prison for many, many years? So we need better choices for women. When I was elected, as you heard me just say, I ran for office because I really want to make sure people have good jobs. But then I got there and I realized, how could it be in 2000 at the time, 15, that there are so many women's issues that we're still fighting for? Equal pay being one of them, but a lot of it is about women's safety. There used to be a statute of limitations on rape. If you were raped, you could only come forward within 10 years, or it didn't matter how much evidence or proof you had, there was nothing you could do about that. So someone came to me and asked me if I would carry legislation eliminating the statute of limitations on rape. And I introduced that bill in 2016. Governor Brown wanted to veto it, and he said, well, you know, let's just raise it to 20. I said, we have to stop with these arbitrary numbers. A woman needs to be able to come forward, or a man, this is primarily a woman's issue, needs to be able to come forward when she is ready. Because so many women are raped when they're young, and they don't have the courage to come forward until they meet someone that encourages them to go forward. So I told Governor Brown, I said, no to the 20 years. I said, and you can veto the bill, and I'll let women know that you don't stand with them. He signed it into law. So we have eliminated the statute of limitations on rape. Even just as important, if not more importantly, this year, Governor Newsom signed into law making sure that every rape kit will be tested. So if you are a victim of rape, the next thing that you do after having this horrible crime perpetrated on your body is then you go and you have this kit done, which is very invasive. 5 to 6 hours combing through your entire body. And you think, okay, great, someone's out there making sure that this rapist is going to be found. We have a backlog of almost 13,000 rape kits in the state of California. To me, that's 13,000 people's lives. 13,000 people whose lives have been changed, primarily women, and we're doing nothing about it. So now, this bill's been signed into law. We will eliminate that backlog, but more importantly, we'll never have a backlog again because the law states that you have to test that kit between 60 and 120 days. So at the very longest, it's going to take 4 months to get that kit tested. Because what a rape kit does, it exonerates the good guys and it puts the bad guys in jail. So it's a win-win for everyone. Another bill that I did is on sextortion. I worry so much about our young girls, young boys too, but mostly our young girls, thinking that it's okay or appropriate to send revealing pictures of themselves to this guy who likes you. If a guy likes you, he should not be forcing you to do things like that. And then if he really cares about you, he will not ask you to take pictures like that of yourself and then use it to get sex from you. So now SB 500 is law, and it will require, it allows a felony charge to go with someone who is trying to extort someone through sextortion. Thank you. And then SB 335, this is 735, this is a bill that if someone is receiving social services and they are a domestic abuse survivor, it will be noted on their case file, so that way when they are receiving any services from the state of California, that caseworker knows to make sure he or she extends any additional benefits to you if you're a domestic violence survivor. So those are a few of the things that I've been working on women's issues. There's a lot more, but I feel like those are the most relevant ones to today. And I just want to say to all women everywhere, you are worthy, and you are enough. We tend to think that, oh, when I do this, if I lose 5 pounds, I'll be perfect. If I do this, I'll be great. If I color my hair, if I do my nails. You are perfect just the way you are. God made you that way for a reason. When I was in school, as you can tell, I'm kind of tall, and when I was in school, all of my friends were like 5'2", and I was this 5'8", super skinny girl with this long skinny hair, and I used to think, why am I so tall and skinny, and all of my friends are these cute little short girls? Well, then I got a little older and realized, you know what? I'm okay just the way I am. And if I could give a gift to every woman, it would be that they love themselves for exactly who they are. There's always going to be somebody prettier. There's always going to be somebody smarter. But guess what? You all have a gift. You have a gift to offer the world. And just be who you are. So I thank you for letting me come and share a few words with you today. Have a wonderful